We know you got a list to last. You want to control the inventory. Those with the inventory are the ones that control their business and their lives. What in this market, what are you coaching people to do to capitalize on listing opportunities?
One is share the opportunities in the market, right? Like I'll share it with the group, or I can get it over to Jenna if she'd like to. But we just wrote a blog on this and sent it to our clients last week. Is we are still in an inventory crunch around the country. We just are. Like my market alone had 820 listings hit the market this week last year. So a week ago, April 4th through April 10th, we had 820 listings hit the market. This year, same week, 596. That's a 30% decline. 30% decline. Now, what we're finding is that there's two different tails of the market when these 596 hit. There's a group that's priced appropriately, marketed appropriately, and they're selling almost immediately and often with multiple offers. And there's another group that's not, and they're sitting and price reductions are necessary. So sharing with our audience, our listing leads, our clients, our database, that actually I really believe it's a great time to sell your home. In most markets around the country, it is substantially better market for sellers Q1 than Q3 and 4 were last year, and even parts of Q2. So getting the messaging out that, you may see that sales are down in my market 35 to 40% in a given week. But for the few sellers are hitting the market, there's still an abundance of buyers. There's more buyers competing because there's so few sellers that it's again creating this demand and multiple offers in many cases. So we're sharing that message. We also are really big proponents, Chris, of getting more listing business off of our sellers. And this is kind of a crazy out of the box strategy. We had a coaching client a few months ago generate over $100,000 in GCI off of this strategy. So Chris, I'm at your house. You've selected me to be your agent, and we're kind of wrapping up. And towards the end of it, I might share, hey, Chris, I'm really thankful you chose me as your agent. We've got a great price, a great marketing strategy. I know you're going to do the right staging. Can I ask for one more piece of your help to potentially get you more offers?
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right. This one's a little wild. I'm going to do all the work. I just need your permission with it. I'm going to reach out to my title company. I'm going to get a list, Chris, of your nearest 100 neighbors. And from that, I'm going to send a letter. But here's the crazy part. It's going to come from you and Nina. It's not going to come from me. And it's just going to say, dear neighbors, it's Chris and Nina. We're on 123 Main Street, Austin, Texas. We're the house with the red door and the two puppies. We just want to let you know that we've listed our house with Craig Rieger with Rieger Homes. We're going to hit the market this next Monday. We know it's not uncommon that you know folks or friends or family that might want to live in our neighborhood. If you do, would you pass my neighbor or my realtor's card along? And we've really enjoyed being your neighbor, Chris and Nina. So we're going to send out 100 of those letters from you. Mark my words, we'll get a response. But it gets even better, Pam. So thanks for the great idea. Chris, I'm going to be successful and I'm going to sell your property, period. And if all goes well and we price it correctly, I'm going to get you several offers. Maybe not as many offers as I could have gotten you a year ago, but I'm going to get you full price or above more times than not. So I'm going to go to your house. I've actually got one of these at 4:00 today. We're about 75,000 over asking. It's high five, Chris. Like, congrats on the 75 over asking. You've got a 60-day free rent back, limited contingencies. Congrats. So are you stoked? Of course you are. Chris, you know that letter we sent out? I got a lot of responses, and it's not uncommon that buyer does come from the neighborhood. So thanks for letting me do that. Can I ask for your help? I love your neighborhood. I truly do. And I'd love to get more listings in your neighborhood. And I can tell all the neighbors how great I am, but I found that if you tell them, there's a much greater likelihood of them choosing me or interviewing me as their agent. Can I send another letter out from you and Nina? And it's just going to say, dear neighbors, we successfully received multiple offers on our property and sold above asking. We heard the new clients are XYZ or the new buyers are. Anyway, we've enjoyed being your neighbor. I promised my realtor, Craig Rieger, if he did a great job, I'd refer him to family and friends. If you are thinking of selling your home, I'd highly encourage you to interview the Rieger Group. So going out of script, Chris, if I send 100 of those out from your name, by the way, do we not open mail that's from our own neighborhood? Won't we open that before? Because it's got your return address, not mine. Right? Won't we open that mail first? Is there a high probability that folks in the neighborhood are going to call me to list their property? Absolutely.
Yeah. The Heller team will be changing their just listed and just sold letters as of today.
I don't know why everybody doesn't do it. And, there's going to be a million questions on this. And at the end of the day, it's perfectly legal. Check with your broker if you have concerns. And they're like, well, what about all the return mail? So, okay, Chris, you might get some return mail to your mailbox, throw it out. Like, this is how you get your phone to ring and get more listings in the neighborhood. It's truly pure gold. So the script on it is, Chris, can I get your help? I want to maximize the ability to get you the most amount of offers. One thing we know that is not uncommon is the buyer from your neighborhood could very well come from a family or friend who lives down the street. So, Chris, what I'd like to do is send a letter from you, not me, because they're going to open up your letters faster than mine because it's from their neighborhood. And it's going to say, dear neighbors, Nina and I are selling our property. We're going to hit the market this Monday. If you know anybody interested, please have them reach out to my agent or have their agent call my agent, whatever it is. And nowhere in that did I say I'm not going to hit the market. I'm simply using your listing as a marketing strategy to find other people in the neighborhood, show value to them for what I do. And then where it all comes together is after we go pending. So in no way did I say don't hit the market. I'm just using this listing that's 3-4 days from hitting the market as leverage and marketing to get a buzz in the neighborhood. And then when I send that second follow-up letter from Chris and Nina, hey, we just sold our home, and I promised my agent, Craig Rieger, if you did a good job, I'd share it with people I know. If you're considering selling your house this summer, I'd highly encourage you to interview Craig Rieger. So does that answer the question?
It does. It does. Hey, Jeremiah, can I share your story real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Jeremiah's home is in escrow right now. And that's exactly what he did. He let all his neighbors know that they were going to be moving. One of their neighbors had a good friend who's been wanting to live in the neighborhood. And that neighbor came in and made Jeremiah an offer, and he negotiated it up and used the idea of, hey, putting it on the market. I may get more. So if you want to buy my house, here's what's going to take. And the people stepped up and bought it. So that type of thing happens all the time. It's just whether we're the ones involved with it or we're the ones facilitating it.
It works. I mean, it is not uncommon. A buyer comes from somebody in the neighborhood. So we're getting in front of that. And then that wrap-up letter is where the gold really happens. Like, who doesn't want to list a property, have 100 letters go out from the owner that say, hey, this team or this agent did a great job. If you're thinking about selling, I'd highly encourage you to interview them. Like, you will get that second or third listing every single time. And I don't remember the last time it failed, Chris.
I'll add to that too.
Okay.
Because, a lot of agents get wrapped up in this, like, well, but if you don't put it on the market, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know that you maximize them. Well, as a consumer going through this, I'm okay with that because I don't have to deal with showings. I don't have to deal with people coming through my house. I don't have to deal with putting my property all over the internet. I got a deal that I'm relatively certain is going to close. It saved me some headache. And did I leave a few dollars on the table? Maybe. And I'm okay with it. And at the end of the day, our job as agents is to help people get what they want, when they want it, in the way that they want it. And if it's what the seller wants, I would encourage you to help them get that.